Money Magnets. Welcome back to our Money Magnet podcast. We're so excited to have you here, and we are happy that this is your space to build wealth and confidence. And it's one smart money move at a time. I am Anna.
And I'm Alex. And today we'll be diving into the basics of investing. And this is going to be a guide, especially for South Africans who, want to get started, but they feel stuck, they're scared, don't want to lose money, and they don't really know where to begin. So this is for you.
If you heard the word ETF a million times and still don't really know what it means, or if you have an easy equity account but haven't really started investing, or worse, started putting your money in there but haven't invested it, this episode is for you. We are not just going to talk about theory. We're going to give you proper advice. We are not financial advisors. We really want to say that, but we're going to give you proper guidelines as to how you can start building wealth easily and without this big looming thing over your head.
Absolutely. And we're also going to name the elephant in the room, which is money blocks. We all have them, and it's very good to work on them. And at the end of the episode, we even going to walk you through a short money mindset meditation. And that will hopefully help you to shift your mindset out of fear into action, into abundance. And if that sounds good, then let's get started.
You are completely right, Alex. So let's address why most people haven't started investing. Let's get real about that. Most of us know that investing is important, but still we freeze, we delay, or we try it for a bit and then stop. So why haven't many of us started?
It is certainly not laziness or stupidity. Absolutely not. It is usually feelings like fear, guilt, shame, doubt. And many of us have deep rooted, often hidden beliefs like people like me don't get rich, or I'll probably mess it up anyway. I don't know enough about finances and so on. And, these are money blocks. And they can quietly sabotage your whole process, even, when you're motivated and you want to do this, but deep down, you're too scared. So that is one thing we will address today.
So we will tackle those blocks in the meditation in a little bit. But for now, just know you are not alone and your hesitation may even make sense. But it doesn't have to define you. Let's get into the actual investing steps. What's step one, Alex?
Well, the first step is not to just start investing randomly into some ETFs, but to start with your reason, to start with your why. And that is your biggest and strongest motivator. What are you trying to build? What are you trying to protect? Do you want peace of mind, lovely, comfortable retirement, or an education fund for your children? What is your why?
I myself, for example, didn't start because I wanted to build millions. I wanted to create a bit of a safety net for myself. I wanted to not have to worry when my car was breaking down. I wanted to be able to pay that without any worry. Like a service should not throw you out of your normal routine with your money. So my first goal was more building a safety net for myself, and that gave me the confidence to keep going.
I totally hear you. For me, it was like, okay, I'm self-employed. I don't live in Germany anymore. And I just have to make sure that I retire comfortably because no one else is going to look after me. And that was my main reason. Again, not to build millions, not to build an empire, but to make sure that, I'm comfortable when I retire. And just like you said, having that safety net means so much to me. And that building the millions came later. Now it is part of my goals. So yeah, just to sum it up, it is very important to write down your goals, like physically by hand. I know it sounds arcane even these days, but it is important. It just does something to yourself. It anchors your goals deeper within your mind if you write them down by hand in your own words. And what is it? Do you want a debt-free life? Do you want financial independence? A deposit so you can buy your own home? Find your why and do take time to, just go into yourself and really find the reason that makes you want to do all of this. And that is going to become your anchor.
Yes. Your why is basically a form of accountability. But what's step two? Well, we could talk about learning the language, making it simple though. Financial language can be quite something. It can be quite intimidating. So you don't need to understand everything about finances. You just have to, get a few simple things or simple tools that you have to understand those, and then you have to basically start.
Couldn't agree more. And one of the websites that helped me when it comes to learning the language of finances and like what's what is Investopia. It is an American website, but it has a fantastic encyclopedia when it comes to, everything finance related. So go and have a look there, read a little bit about it. But that's not the only thing. We also have a few options here in South Africa, not so much in terms of learning the language of finances, but tools that you can use. One of our favorites is definitely the TFSA, and that stands for Tax-Free Savings Account. And with that, you can invest up to 36,000 Rand per year. And the total investment over your lifetime is 500,000, so half a mil. And the cool thing is, all the gains in it are tax free. So that's not something to use for like saving a little bit and then withdrawing money, but to think long term. That is your tool for retirement. Everything that is in there that you have paid out later is completely tax free. And that means so much. What other options do we have, Anna?
First of all, I want to add that a tax-free savings account is not a tool to use for your safety net. So this is a retirement tool. So I just want to add that. But additional tools would be, of course, the exchange traded funds, or ETFs for short. You can think of it as buying a basket of shares, which are small little pieces of companies, instead of just one. So if you were to buy one stock, you have just one stock. It's not diversification. ETFs are a really awesome tool to get a lot of pieces of pie, so a lot of pieces of companies, while still buying them cheaply and affordably in one move, sometimes even. There is ETFs out there where you can buy a lot of companies in one single transaction. So they are a fantastic tool to get you started. What other options are there?
Another fantastic tool, of course, is the retirement annuity, or RA for short. And that is also, like the name says, for your retirement, tax deductible. So whatever you pay into your retirement annuity per year gets then deducted from your taxable income. So in the end, you pay fewer taxes. It's for long-term saving, and a fantastic way to save even more is those tax returns that you get at the end of the fiscal year. Don't just spend that money. No, pay that into your TFSA. That is the best way to use both options at the same time. And Anna, you just mentioned the ETFs. Where do you buy these ETFs? Quite simple. There are numerous brokers, because we as regular citizens don't have access to the stock market directly. We need a broker. There are numerous platforms out there that cater to South Africans. Our personal go-to is Easy Equities because they have low costs, super easy interface, and also a lot of education on their website.
That's it. Don't get lost in the jargon or in the words. Like, financial terms are there to confuse you. But if you simplify it, just pick one, start really small, and learn as you go, because you will never get your time back. So it's important that you start. What's step three, Alex?
To start small, you can start really small if you want to. The most important thing is to get started. So it doesn't matter what amount you have, just get started. And you don't have to invest 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Rand a month. You can start with as little as 50 Rand. The point is, begin now.
You're completely right, Alex. As I still was paying off my mortgage, I had very little funds available for my tax-free savings account. And I just paid in 50 Rand. 50 little Rand. It sounds ridiculous. Even little money steps can get you there. Obviously, it should be a little bit more depending on your age. The earlier you started, the lower you actually can go. And I think we all can admit that we will have 50 or $100 available to us that we don't have to spend on something else. So every one of us can actually start. Building wealth slowly and steadily is more important than actually going in with big amounts. And the benefit of that is also that you actually get used to the market turns. It's not such an intimidating project if you just put 50 Rand in. And that's how I started, like at least here in South Africa with my tax-free savings account, 50 little bucks.
And the good thing is, like, it doesn't have to stay $50. I mean, it is something that you can up every few months. And if there is a month or two where you're like really, really tight, you can also lower the amount again, as long as you stay consistent. And obviously, the aim is to invest more and more with time, when you earn more, when you get a bonus, and so on. And the reason for that is simply compound interest. Go and look up that word. We've explained it many times in other podcasts. If not, go to Investopia. But compound interest and time are your bestest friends.
I couldn't have said it better. Time and compound interest will make a big difference in your portfolio. But let's move on to step 4, diversification. Oh my God, we've been talking about this word a lot. I remember that I was always very confused by that. Can you shed a little bit of light on it, Alex?
Well, diversification simply means don't put all your eggs in one basket, a saying we've all heard. You know, even if you start with just a small amount, like we just said, it is important to spread out your investments across different types of funds, or pick one that, like we said earlier, diversifies for you. Everyone keeps raving about the MSCI World, and if I'm not mistaken, it's like 1,400, close to 1,400 companies in that ETF. So that is a huge diversification for you right there. However, diversifying in just one ETF, even if it has a lot of companies in it, isn't ideal either. So over time, you need to make sure that you pick ETFs that invest in different markets, like the industrial countries or the emerging markets, and different sectors and industries as well.
We'll happily give you an example, but we would like to point out that we are not financial advisors. But here is one. One little example. You could, if you invest 500 Rand per month, invest, for example, 200 Rand in your Satrix Top 40 investment account. This is basically the top 40 companies of South Africa. Then you can take 200 Rand and invest it in the Satrix MSCI World. That means global exposure, as Alex just said. It's a lot of companies in there, nearly 1,400 companies. It's very US centric, but it's basically the developed market. And then you can take 100 Rand and invest it in a Fed Group REIT or bond ETF. Bond ETFs is very simple. That's basically you giving a government loan. That's an easy way to explain it. And REIT accounts are real estate investment trusts. So instead of actually buying properties, you can just invest into them or in other companies that invest into them. And is another form of diversification.
Right. So even with a small amount, like 500 Rand, you can get a portfolio that is fairly balanced, investing in local and global companies, and, generates income. And that is smart, diversified investing.
Step 5, automate and stay consistent. You and I are not big fans of timing the market. Yeah, we are. We don't think it's a smart move for beginners. We don't think it's a smart move for anyone. The best strategy is to invest monthly, and no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what the market is doing, no matter what's out in the news, there, just invest regularly and invest consistently. So automate and stay consistent.
The easiest way is to simply set up a direct debit order and, forget about the timing. Every month on the 1st, on the 5th, on the 10th, whatever date you choose, just have a certain amount transferred towards your portfolio, set up a savings plan, and that money will then automatically get invested into your various ETFs. And, just show up consistently. And the official term for it is dollar cost averaging. Well, in our case, it's more like Rand cost averaging. And what that means is simply you buy at a certain date, no matter whether the price is high or low. And if you keep doing that every single month, then it just averages the costing out. Some months you will buy at a higher price, some months at a lower price, but it is a lot more stress free because you don't have to go and look like, okay, what's the price now today? What's the price tomorrow? Like it saves you so much stress. And the end with so-called market timing, you're not really saving any money because market timing is down to luck. Let's just be honest here.
The next step after you have your strategy, your why, and so on, is to check in once a year, not every week. Once a year, you can check in and you can ask yourself, can I invest more? Am I still aligned with my goal? Is my investment portfolio still in the same percentage and risk profile? But you can just simplify it, Check in once a year, see what you can do. Maybe you can push yourself to improve. But if you are emotional, we really, really would like you to step away from your portfolio. Don't get nervous, like in order to not get nervous about it, because it will only create anxiety and not results.
Just keep remembering that you are not day trading. You're not a trader. You're an investor, which means you are building a long-term portfolio. And let time and consistency do the heavy lifting, not you. A successful investor has certain qualities, and being able to just sit there through a crash at the stock market, and they will happen. But the thing is, after every crash, it just goes up again. And having the ability to not panic sell, to rely on, okay, right now it's down, but it will go up again. Just to believe in the fact that it goes up. And if you look at the entirety of our stock markets, that has been the case for the last 100 years. The thing is, you are the biggest risk to your portfolio. So don't market time and don't panic sell. Those are very good qualities to have if you want to be a successful investor.
Okay, let's take a step back because money might still feel really scary to you. You might feel stress about it. So let's take a moment to actually do a small little meditation for you. So please find a quiet spot, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let's go inwards. I'm going to let Alex take that because she has a beautiful voice and she's been doing it so amazingly the last couple of times. So I'm very excited to join you in that little meditation.
Sit or lie down comfortably and let your body settle into the surface beneath you. Allow your hands to rest loosely next to you. Feel how your legs are getting heavy and gently close your eyes. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it and then exhale slowly through your mouth. And again, inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale, letting go of all the stress, tension, and any noise from the day. One more time, inhale deeply, hold it, and as you exhale, feel your body getting heavier and heavier, grounding into the present moment. Now, silently say to yourself, I am safe with money. Feel those words as you breathe them in. Say to yourself, I am allowed to grow, learn, and invest in myself. There is no shame in learning, no guilt in starting over, no punishment for wanting more. Say to yourself, money is energy. I'm learning how to move energy in my favor. You may feel a tightness in your chest or in your stomach or your throat when you think of past mistakes you've made with money. Let's bring loving attention to those spaces. Inhale into that space and slowly exhale, as if releasing a weight you've been carrying with you for far too long. Remember, you were doing the best you could with the knowledge, tools, and patterns you had at the time. Any guilt or shame around money is not yours to carry forever. Mistakes are part of the journey. not signs of failure, but signs of growth. And each experience has taught you something. Now take a moment to picture your future self, 5 years from now, calm, grounded, and confident, financially secure, not because you hustled harder, but because you have healed. What do you look like? What do you feel like? Notice your body language, your energy, your peace. Smile at that new version of yourself. And now say silently, I am building this life for myself. Breathe that in. Feel the truth of it anchored deep in your heart. And if any doubt comes up, it's okay. Let it be there. And just keep reminding yourself, I release the fear that I will never figure it out. I release the guilt around past choices. I choose to believe that I am worthy of financial peace and abundance. Feel into those words. Let them replace the old narrative. Let yourself soften. Take one more deep breath in, hold it, and exhale gently, fully, and all the way. Rest here for a few moments in silence. Simply breathe, simply be, and let everything just settle. And when you feel ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, stretch your legs, roll your shoulders. And whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes. You are exactly where you need to be, and everything is unfolding for your highest good.
Thank you, Alex. This was really, really cool. I loved it. And I actually joined into the meditation as I was promising myself. So I really enjoyed that. And if you are ready to take the next step and enjoyed this meditation, we are encouraging you to actually check out our master course. Within 9 weeks, you will be ready to deal with your finances and start investing without fear. So we really encourage you to check it out.
It is perfect if you've never invested before, and even if you have some experience, you will still learn a ton. We will walk you through how to open accounts, compare ETFs, avoid costly mistakes, and build a solid and confident strategy, step by step. And that's not the only thing. We will also talk you through how to avoid having limiting money beliefs and how to get your goals to motivate you. If you are interested, go visit our website to enroll at money-magnet.co.za. The course is self-paced, easy to understand with videos of like 2 to 10 minutes each, and it's made just for you.
Key takeaways before you go. Know your why. Start with simple tools like TFSA and ETFs. You can start with as little as 50 or 100 Rand per month. You should do more, but start. Diversify even in small amounts. Be consistent, not perfect. Deal with your money blocks. They are valid, but not permanent. And keep learning, keep going.
Investing isn't just for the rich or the lucky. It is for everyone, including yourself. And with whatever you got, 1 Rand at a time.
And we're right here with you every step of the way because you are a money magnet.